From the Crush Studio in sunny Florida, this is the Disney Crush Podcast. And now your two tempests in a teacup, Dave and Toni-Ann.
On this week's episode of the Disney Crush, we're just sitting around the kitchen table with Olivia. She's going to tell us a story, a little tale of her most recent trip with a friend. Went over to Orlando and I don't know. I think there were some shenanigans. I don't know. So let's find out on this week's episode, number 364 of the Disney Crush.
Olivia called me because I heard through the grapevine that she was going on a trip with her friend Ashley. You've been friends with Ashley for how long?
Since we were 10 and 8. She was 8, I was 10.
So you guys became fast friends and been hanging out forever. I call her my daughter.
Yes.
She calls me Mr. Fix-A-Lot. And what does she call you?
Veronitron. Veronitron and Fix-A-Lot.
Yeah, so she's been in the family for a long time. So I found out about this trip and I said, oh, and I assumed that because your mom is like our travel agent. When we need a room, your mom does it all. But if you need another travel agent, you can get a hold of Mandy Ray Malinowski at MinnieMouseMama.com. But for us, Veronika, you are our travel agent. And I just kind of assumed that I said, well, where'd your mom get you guys a room? And you said,
I said, Ashley knows this great hotel that she used to stay at when she was little with her mom. And I guess they used to have like bunks with like little kid bunks and stuff, like kid rooms, right? So she's like, oh, I used to stay there all the time. It's such a great hotel. It's such a good deal. $36? $36 a night.
Oh, and when she told me it was 30, I said, well, how much was it? How much are the rooms? And she said $36 a night.
It might have been 32. It might have been $32.
Okay, 36 and 32. This is not going to matter because I said, well, guess what? You're not going to be staying there. And she said, what? I said, oh yeah, you're going to be calling your mom. 100% you won't be staying there. You guys left for the trip. Now, you guys didn't see the room until after you went to Disney, right?
Yeah. So let's start it. It's Monday night. I randomly text Ashley, hey, I'm off Thursday and Friday. So do you maybe want to go to Disney on Thursday and Friday? She's like, yeah, let's go. Whatever. We booked the hotel. She says it's a great hotel.
You also pre-booked your multi-lightning lane as well.
Yeah, so we did the multi-lightning lane pass. We picked the 3 we wanted to do. And then, of course, while we were there, I'm doing mom's trick. I'm like refreshing. So we get on everything we want to do. Because as we're in the lines, I'm like refreshing the app and stuff. It's my favorite trick. I get everything I want to do. Perfect timing. And then it starts pouring rain. We're soaking wet. So we're like, oh, we'll go back to the hotel. Let's go back to the hotel. Well, let's check into the hotel. We get there. They don't have the buffet anymore. It looks run down, scary, not good. And then we check in, we get up there. I had to go to the bathroom really bad. So I'm on the phone with mom, freaking out. I gotta go to the bathroom. The key card's not working to the room because of course the key card doesn't work. And the door, you can see the cigarette stains on the sheets, on the curtains. There's cigarette butts like
what, through the door,
out.
through the window?
So we're peeking in, trying to look at it. I'm already telling Ashley, this isn't it. There's a guy in the lobby, hazmat suit on, blue gloves, hazmat suit. And we're like, oh, I don't know. Because then has a suitcase. He's staying in a room. He's not there to do anything. He's just going to a room, hazmat. So we're like, oh, well, I'm scared he's staying by us, all this stuff. So we get there. I have to go to the bathroom. Key card's not working. We get inside. Me and Ash are instantly laughing. It's the cushions. What are they called? The sheets that are the old ones that are colorful. They're not like hotel sheets. They're just literally
bedspread.
Yeah, they're they're like a bedspread, but with the, what are they called? Like the squares imprints on them and stuff.
Like a quilted.
Yeah, it's a quilted bedspread. So you already know it's bad. And then I run to the bathroom as soon as we get the door open because I'm standing there waiting for her to come back. We get the door open. Finally, I go to the bathroom. She's investigating the room. Well, I'm on the toilet because I have the door open. I can see the walls are rotting out. So the walls are rusted, rotting. There's bugs crawling on the floor. And I think I'm on the phone now with mom saying, we can't stay here. We can't stay here.
Is that when you decided to call the front desk and tell them you couldn't stay anymore?
Yeah. So while I'm already in the bathroom, I'm going to the bathroom. Ashley's on the phone. We can't stay here. We need a refund. We can't stay here anymore. There's zip ties in the bed. There's blood stains on the sheets.
There's zip ties in the bed.
Yeah, because
little zip ties.
Ashley was trying to convince me to stay still. So I'm like, no, tear apart the bed. Ashley still wanted to stay. So I'm like, no, you got to tear apart the bed. Because I'm like, okay, first let's see if there's bed bugs. Because that's like a for sure. Like, I'm not staying. We tear apart the bed. There's zip ties in the sheets. And then we throw the zip tie on the floor, obviously. Continue to go all the way down to the bottom. And there's like big blood stains and stuff. So that was just a for sure no-go. We call the front desk, tell them, hey, need a refund, can't stay here. There's a zip tie in the bed. And the guy on the phone's instantly like, what? There's a zip tie on the bed. And I'm like, yeah, do you want me to show you? Or so we go down there and it's a different guy now because it was a lady at first that checked us in. And we're telling them, no, we can't. We're not staying here anymore. So we go down to the lobby and it's this guy. He's standing there. He's like, oh, I don't blame you guys. It's not how it used to be back in the day, all this stuff. So, but then, okay, low-key, I did not get a refund.
You did not get a refund?
No.
Why?
Okay, because I booked it through the app, right? So he's like, oh, you have to get a refund through the app.
We'll call the app tomorrow.
So I just never called.
Oh,
hey,
no.
$32.
No.
$32. Good point.
Yeah, well, when you told me it was going to be $32, I said, yeah, you guys will not be staying there.
Yeah. We were trying to make the best out of a show situation.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
And we were trying to ball on a budget. We were going to pay for like McDonald's the whole trip. Just do pay for the fast passes and then pay a $32 hotel. It seemed perfect.
So then, Olivia, is that when I got the phone call?
Yes. I called my mom and I'm like, you got to get me a different hotel. Ashley's trying to force me to stay here. Don't want to stay here. So she went on the app. She figured it out for me. Got us the hotel she loves and my dad loves, the Red Lion.
Red Lion.
Yes. So we leave. We go straight there, check in. Couldn't find the room for a while because it's such a big hotel. So I think I went into 5 different actual buildings before we figured out that I don't know. I literally was like driving around.
Maybe.
Well, it might seem like it was a different building.
I don't know, but I went in building 5, 6, whatever. Because the lady, why wouldn't she just say it's right behind you? Like your room is right behind you.
Yeah. Well, you stay where we stay with our dog. Because we take Hunter with us.
Yeah.
And the very first floor, literally right behind the desk, if you were to go through the wall, the first floor is for dogs and animals.
Yeah.
So for some reason, they put you in the
dog area.
In the dog area. And how did that go?
Terribly. So we're trying to go to bed and it's all fine. We go to sleep. We've been drinking a little bit because we end up going back to the hotel and drinking because we couldn't find anything else to do because we tried to go to the bar and we got kicked out of the bar because we were wearing Crocs.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Which bar?
It's like this country bar downtown in Orlando. So, okay, wait, rewind all the way back. So we're in the first hotel. We end up going to the second hotel. We get there, couldn't check, or I checked in and then had to drive around a bunch because I didn't know the room was literally right behind the desk. So we finally figure out where the room is. We put all our stuff down. We're bored. We're like, what are we going to do right now? Let's find something to do. We got rained out of Disney. So soaking wet. Finally got back to the room. Both took a shower. What are we going to do? So Ashley goes on her phone and she looks up the SeaWorld Orlando tickets. Oh, let's do the Hollow Scream Orlando tonight. I'm like, okay, sure. It's like $50. Sounds like a steal. Sounds like a great time. So we get the tickets. As she's trying to get the tickets online, she's not seeing it pop up. So she calls them and she goes, hey, I'm trying to get the tickets for tonight. Can you help me do that through the phone? They're like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. She asks him, oh, it's for tonight, right? Yes. All right. Okay, so we can do it tonight, right? Yes. She asked him twice and he says, yes, we can go tonight. So she gets the tickets. We get ready. We drive there. We get in the parking lot. We're all excited. We're thinking, oh, there's not many like cars here. Maybe like no one really goes to SeaWorld, Hollow Scream. So we're thinking, oh, we're going to get on all the rides. It's going to be a good night. And then come to find out, we get out of the car. We go to the gate. We try to scan and they're like, oh, it's not tonight. And we're like, what do you mean it's not tonight? They're like, it's not tonight. And we're like, we called and asked the guy on the phone 2 times, is it tonight? And he said, yes. So the guy's like, oh, there's nothing we can do about it. So we just leave. We try to call and get a refund and they tell us no like 10 times. And we're like, well, someone literally gave us misinformation on the phone, told us it was open. And he's like, oh, there's nothing we can do about it. I argued with him for like 20 minutes like mom does on the phone. Trying to get my way. Didn't go my way, which is fine. So we go back to the hotel. We're bored. What are we going to do? So we're like, oh, let's just get dressed in like the little amount of clothes we brought for 2 days and go to get into a bar. Ashley is 18. So she's 20. So she's not 21 yet. So she can't get into like an actual bar. So we're trying to figure out where we can go. And the only place we can go is this like country because it's like line dancing. So they let people that aren't 21 in.
Yeah.
And we get there. We walk up. Ashley's been pre-gaming. I haven't drank. And we get there. We try to walk inside and there's like a metal detector. And he looks at us and he's like, oh, Crocs can't come in. We're like, what? And he's like, yeah, you have Crocs on. You can't come in. And Ashley didn't hear him at first. So I already said what and was kind of being like, what? And then so Ashley repeats herself and goes, what? What do you mean? And he goes, oh, it's because Crocs are trashy. We don't let trash in the bar.
Are you serious?
I swear to
He
God.
said that?
Yes. He's like, oh, we don't let trash in the bar. So that was just embarrassing. We just had the walk of shame all the way back to the bar.
Was he kidding?
No, he was not kidding.
He called you trash? He's basically
did.
calling you trash.
No, he did.
That,
Because he was like, oh, Crocs are trashy. We don't let trash in this bar.
oh my gosh.
So we had the walk of shame.
Oh.
And the line was long too to get in. So a lot of people heard. So embarrassing. So embarrassing. So the walk of shame all the way back to the car. In this bar, it was like a parking lot for like a what is it called? Like an amusement park or like a county fair.
Yeah.
Like it was that many people. It was like called Cowboys or something. I've never been or I've never even heard of it.
Huh.
But the parking lot was packed. I mean, it was just like the walk of shame all the way to the back. I tried to park one time and they were like, oh, this is the truck lineup. So they didn't let me park there. So I already had to move my car again. So then it was like the walk of shame. And then the guys saw us at the back and coming back. And it was just, it's like no one could have told us like no Crocs.
Wow. I thought Cowboys were pretty cool and pretty.
Well, they were camo Crocs. Like, why can't I come to a Western
Nothing
bar.
says cowboy and redneck like
some trashy Crocs?
some trashy camouflage Crocs.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So I'm like, damn, that was just already like. So we had the hotel mishap. Then we had the SeaWorld mishap, and then we had the bar mishap.
So it's time to go home and go to bed.
So it's time to go home and go to bed. Well, me and Ashley don't want to go home and go to bed. So we go to what is it called? The Fun Land or Fun Zone?
Fun
Fun
Spot.
Spot. We go to
Yeah.
Fun Spot. And then we just hang out there, but we didn't want to like pay for anything, right? This is a broke trip. So we're just kind of walking around, hanging out. And then we're like, oh, let's go. I don't even know how we ended up doing this. We were like, oh, let's go to downtown Orlando, like where the other bars are, because Ashley's persistent and wants to go hang out still. So we go all the way downtown. We're driving around. And then Ashley tells me to take a left. I can't take a left. It's a one-way road, but I didn't see it. So I go to take a left. And then I get pulled over because there's a cop behind me and I didn't notice the cop was behind me. So now we're pulled over, stuck, but at least he was nice. It didn't give me a ticket, so I got out of that one. But I instantly knew why. Wrong way. Not going on the right side of the road. So
Well, it's probably a good thing. If he saw your Crocs, he probably would have called you trash and gave you a
no,
ticket.
seriously. We did not dress up at all either because we weren't planning on going out. We were just going to Disney. We don't let trash in the bar.
Wow. Did you feel offended when he said that?
Oh, for sure. I was just gagged. I didn't even know what to say. What do you say back to that?
Well, I don't
And it
know.
was
I mean, I
because-
think it was because, he might be right because you came from a $30 hotel. You
Oh, it was so
great,
true.
didn't have great clothes on.
Yep.
Ah,
And then camo Crocs, no socks.
cam-
No socks. Just the Crocs.
wow. So that's good that you got out of the ticket at least. Now things are looking up. I
Yeah,
think.
things after that were fine. It was a good trip after that. It was just the before, everything that went down, the hotel in the beginning, it was just terrible. And then I had to pay for a second hotel. a resort fee with that one and then didn't get a refund. So now it was a cheap trip turned into a very expensive trip.
Well, you guys did it to yourself. I mean, SeaWorld, Hollow Screams.
Yeah.
I mean,
we were just trying to fill in space of time. Like, oh, we might as well just do this.
well, let's go back to the SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Because so you didn't get to go. So you were on the phone with them. I think we skipped over that. They wouldn't give you a refund. So what did you do?
Well, the tickets, I guess, on the website, it says any weekday or like any weekday, like something like that. And it doesn't say any weekend day. So I guess we bought the ticket for either Friday or Saturday night. So we were supposed to go home Friday after we went to Hollywood Studios, but then we just ended up staying and doing it.
Staying another night.
Yeah.
So now
They didn't stay another night. They stayed after Hollywood Studios to go straight to SeaWorld.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then they
yeah,
drove
yeah.
home
Yeah.
after the Halloween party.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you did
How
end
about
up. Okay, so you did end up going to Hollow Scream.
Yeah, just the next night.
Okay.
But we
And
were supposed to go home, so I had to be like, sorry, Corey, I'm not coming home.
Have you ever done that before? Hollow Scream at SeaWorld?
No, I've never even been to SeaWorld in general. I didn't even know they had roller coasters. So it was actually like
Well, you've been to
decent
SeaWorld when
time.
you were young. You just don't
Oh,
remember. You were too young.
no clue. I don't remember being there ever in my life.
Yeah. And that's another reason I say, when the kids are too young, why take them? See, you don't even remember, do you? See?
Nope.
And you've been there.
I was saying the whole time I've never been there. This is my first time.
See?
Well, and back then they didn't. I don't think they had the roller coasters they have now. They have
No.
accumulated a lot of things.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we should probably go too.
Yeah.
That
It
sounds fun.
It actually was pretty cool. It was just, and it is definitely not as popular as the Busch Gardens one because we went to that one also like a week or so ago, and we went on one haunted house and did no rides. So it was like such a waste of money, honestly, because if you don't buy the like whatever it is, $150, maybe $200 fast pass, it's like no point in going. You're just wasting your time.
SeaWorld.
No. That's the one at Busch Gardens because I did that one like a week ago.
Okay.
But then the SeaWorld one was definitely worth the money.
Oh, okay.
We got on every single ride and every single haunted house with no fast pass, and we left like 2.5 hours early before it even ended the event.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to do it. So you'd recommend
Yeah,
that one?
the SeaWorld one, even though it's more of a drive for us because it's 2 hours instead of like the Tampa 1 hour Busch Gardens. Definitely way more worth it.
Did they have any food? Was there any food included in that the SeaWorld?
Well, there was,
or were there just
No.
booths open and you could
there
buy
was just
food?
booths. There was like bars and stuff too, open with like little shows in them. It was like they stopped bartending and like did shows, so that was kind of like that was cool. But yeah,
Oh,
they had a few like food booths. Oh, they had a sports bar open at the SeaWorld one. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. So it was probably like a restaurant type thing.
Did you guys go in and
No, we just
No.
kind of walked by it.
did they have any country bars there? Any cowboy?
No, and they
Did
would
you
have
wear
kicked me out.
Crocs?
So.
Did you wear Crocs to SeaWorld?
I did wear Crocs to SeaWorld.
Did they call you trash when you went in?
No, so that's a plus for them.
knowing my daughter and Ashley, the only shoes she brought were the Crocs.
Oh, they were. But honestly, I never get sores. But oh my God, those Crocs were killing me by Friday night. I was dying.
Because you didn't wear socks. You got to wear
Exactly. I
socks.
know.
Yeah, you don't. You
I
got to wear
know.
socks.
Ashley wore socks. I didn't. So
She knows better. I
Yeah.
know. Plus, when your feet are wet in those,
Yeah.
just you're not good.
well, even I forgot why, but so Thursday we went to Animal Kingdom and we did everything we wanted to do, but then we got rained out. And then it must have been because we were thinking we were going to Busch Gardens Thursday night because we thought we had the passes for Thursday night. We went to Bell's and I bought shorts because I think I literally just didn't bring enough clothes.
You mean SeaWorld? You thought you were going to SeaWorld?
Yeah. So I went to Bell's and bought shorts. And then
And no socks, though.
no. Well, I was supposed to buy socks, but the lady was like not cashing people out and I didn't want to go back to grab them because I forgot them.
Oh.
And so I just
You
Just
said,
left it
whatever.
back
I'll
on,
just get a
yes.
blister. Who cares?
Oh yeah, I still have literally the indent on my foot from the blister. It was that bad. So yeah.
So
Not
what
good.
park did you go to? You went to Animal Kingdom Thursday. And what park did you go to on Friday?
We did Hollywood Studios.
Oh, you didn't go to Magic at all?
No,
That's
Ashley
not
didn't want to go
you.
because she did the Mickey's Not So Scary party. So she didn't want to go to that park again.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we did Hollywood Studios. But that's my favorite park anyway, because I like the Toy Story Mania, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite ride ever. Actually beat me, and I never lose that game.
Uh-oh.
Well, we were just talking last week about that because Toni-Ann said that's her favorite ride in Hollywood Studios is because she likes the competition. She likes to get a good score and then try to beat her friends.
Exactly. I totally agree. I'll like look up online like how to win. I'm like, how do I win this? I know all the tricks.
I'm a beaver or a rabbit.
Aw.
That's it. It's okay.
I know the tricks for the Buzz Lightyear one also.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I never lose.
Well, you had some highs and you had some lows on this trip. So you did
Drive home.
Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Hollow Scream. Got kicked out of a bar. Got pulled over by a cop. Had a barking dog. Had a horrific few minutes in a hotel room.
That's why I was sitting out front just on the phone with mom. I had to go to the bathroom so bad. I was just like, don't hang up on me. Don't hang up on me. And you know it's serious when you're like, have that voice. You're like, don't hang up on me. You're like gripping your teeth. I'm like, don't hang up. Don't hang up. But yeah, thank God Ashley came back and finally let me in that room.
Oh.
I used that bathroom and left.
Oh, I don't know if I think I've been scared to use that
I
bathroom.
was going to say I would have been scared, but I understand when you have to go, you have to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
that
had
was
to
the urgency.
go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that
Okay.
was a memorable trip.
It was a memorable trip.
So how was the ride home?
Get it.
Was it?
The ride home was
Eventful?
good. Ashley slept. Way
Of course
home.
she did. She didn't get any sleep from the
She was
night
out.
before with the dog. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't either, but I had to push through. She really wanted me to do the Hollow Scream SeaWorld, so I had to push through for her.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad that was a good trip. But what do we take away from this? Make sure that you talk to your mom about the hotel that you're staying
Yeah,
in.
spend the extra $50. It's
And
gonna.
I think I believe I told you when we were talking about, you told me how much it was. I
You
said,
did.
well,
You're not gonna stay there.
I can stay there. I said, honey, you got to remember this. The rule in life is you get what you pay for. Not always in life, but most of the time in life, you get what you pay for.
Yep. And I definitely got what I paid
And if
for.
you get a $30 room, $40 room, even a $50 room, you got to question it a little bit. Time to do a little
Exactly.
research.
The door
Maybe-
hinge didn't even work. So when we left, we couldn't even get the door back open. So we had to tell the office guy, we're like, yeah, the door's stuck. So you got to fix the door.
Well, just the fact that he said, oh, yeah, it's gone down a little bit. It's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like she remembered it. Ashley remembered it. was
No. She called her mom in the car and she was like, so you're telling me this is where we used to stay at when we were kids? She's like, this is where you would take us. But, it probably was different back then, I guess. I don't know how they're still open, but.
Thanks for sharing your trip with us. That was very exciting.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Anything else, Veronika?
No, but this is why you still worry about your kids, no matter how old they are. All of these things, I had no clue that was going on. Not to mention, someone called my daughter trashy because of her Crocs. Good thing I didn't know about that.
I am a little upset, too, about them calling my daughter trash.
And I lied about the refund. I did not get a refund.
Yes, Olivia.
I didn't want
That's
you guys
okay.
to think I lost out on that $32.
Well, you know what? It's a lesson learned. A $32 lesson learned.
Yes.
Yeah, you won't do that again.
No.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I guess that's going to do it for this week's Disney Crush podcast. So until next week. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
I think that's it. All right.